Hello there, great person, and welcome back to Let's Watch some Neon Genesis Evangelion. Today we're at episode 16 called Between Life and Death, which is also, by the way, what my new book's gonna be about. It's already started on Royal Road. You can check it out, link in the description. Dream Afterlife. So, hope you join me there. Also, we will see where we go today. I will binge this. Perhaps to the end or until my mind breaks from the comments that I've been getting about the ending. So we'll just see how much I will be able to dive into this today before I go completely insane. We will just have some fun with this. Don't forget to like and subscribe, check out my book, and follow along. And yeah, let's have some fun. Here we go.
Doch ich frag mich, wer wir sind.
You know, I'm a bit afraid because this is called Between Life and Death, and this is like already really visceral. So let's see what their idea between life and death is gonna be like. Jesus, oh god. Okay, we've got water. Water is indeed. Oh, hi, Oscar, and great food again. So first of all, we had like a Stargate surface, and I'm like, God. Okay, so we do have a Stargate surface, which is like a transitional area, and I really love the idea of the surface of the ocean as the parting layer between the known and the unknown, life and death, perhaps. And I only go off by the episode's title. I don't know if this is even about that, but that was a really cool introduction shot. So I don't know if that has anything to do with the episode, but I really like the surface of the ocean as a symbol. I also think that's perhaps why the Stargate is like that gateway to the unknown, dive into the deep depth of the ocean, find the gold in the Ori, and the wraith, whatever. Let's go. And those are nice looking sausages. I want the sausages. What happened, Asuka? Is the penguin with you? No. Okay. That's a good question, though. It's always so hard about these things. It's the same as how are you? Fine. How are you? Fine as well. I really have a hard time with these questions. I do think you should answer them truthfully if the person knows you very well, and if not, it's just like societal buzz. Like being like, hey, we're on the same page somehow in this world. Like we know the basic interaction rules and we just say fine or whatever, you know. I think many awkward situations can arise from if there's like a stranger being like, hey, how are you? And you're like, you know, I'm really bad. Like I just, I don't know, I didn't sleep all night. It was really terrible. And they're like, just say fine. Say fine. You know what I mean? It's funny. It's conditioned though in a way. It's a conditioned social interaction. I don't know. Perhaps. Oh, they did. Oh, and she's jealous of her as well, or on her offer. I don't know what the preposition is, but Asuka really is probably a bit love sick, sad because like you know what I mean. So she's against both of them now. It's funny. I do think Shinji is. It's like playing a role though. Like these. I don't know what they're in English. In German, it's floskel. In English, it's probably like it's this like buzz noise of conversations that like everyone was like, "How's the weather?" Even though I always like to talk about the weather, I know that's weird, but like I'm always like, yeah, it's pretty sunny, and I really am happy that it's sunny. Or if it's raining, I'm like, gonna be cozy inside now. You know what I mean? I love that, but oh, so she denies it. Whatever. It's funny. A bar with free booze. How the fuck would that work? Is it because they are working for Nerf? So let's see. I kind of want to see the next angel. Ooh. Oh, they're still doing those tests.
ミサトさん、なんだか疲れてません？
Yeah, she probably got wasted. Yeah, she got wasted. That's funny. Let me see what exactly that said. So we do have harmonics, unit test plugs, and relation test. Oh, so it's just a weird... It's synchro pattern green. So he's starting to be in line with his body. Nice. It's good for him.
だけどね、聞こえる？シンジ君。
He's so depressed all the time in this thing. But he's like, did I do good? That's so cool. Haha, that's cool.
ちゃったわよね。あっさり抜かれちゃった。
Oh, poor Asuka. I think Rei doesn't give a shit. I don't know though. What's her objective? We still don't know.
これで私たちも楽できるってもんじゃないの。
I know she's playing this, but I wonder if this is something she also thinks a bit in her head. You know, like she's ridiculing him, but she might also think it's the truth. That's interesting.
もうせいぜい置いてけぼり食わないように頑張らなきゃ。
She just left. It's so funny, man. Now, what will she do? Ooh, I love the lingering moment. Yeah, it's awesome. I love that, man. I love that. She's not understanding it.
の店バシャール前。
Ooh, yeah. See, he tries out his own body. That's so cool. That is such an awesome detail. Like because the mecha is now in sync with him more. Like he's like more in sync with his hand. Oh no! Oh god, that also sounds so dark. And you know, it's probably also intended what I just thought about with my dirty mind. His right hand, it feels whatever. You know what I mean. Oh, good fucking god, man, this anime. Oh, fuck, man. Those buildings are beautiful. Must be really hot over there. Oh, it's Deathly Shadow. That's nice. Ugh. Ooh, a hypersphere. That fucking looks awesome. Man, let's look at it again. That's so... What the fuck is that? Ah, this is awesome. This is so awesome. What's this? Oh, what is this? It has wave-like patterns again. It has a structure. Looks like a black hole. This looks like a black hole. This looks like a black hole. I know it has white on it, but if it wouldn't have white on it and if it distorted space around it a bit more, it came from the shadow. So it came from 2D and became 3D. It might be a hypersphere. Might be a hypersphere. That's cool. So this is like the most abstract what the fuck thing we've had. It's basically Ramiel is the square one, right? It's Ramiel on crack. It's even worse than Ramiel. Ramiel was normal maths. This is like advanced physics, metaphysics maths we see here. That is so weird. I might just be thinking about this because of the title with the afterlife in the episode, like or life and death. But this is like it's like. Again, like it's a sphere, which is like, this is what a wormhole would look like. So this is basically a wormhole into the unknown. Holy shit, this is actually like, if the music would be more eerie, this would be really fucking scary, this asshole here. Does it have a vagina? Well, I'm sorry, did it have a vagina? I mean, yeah, it's probably just the light reflecting, but I didn't say that. Did forget I said that. What? 2.5 kph. That's not that much.
どうなってんの？富士の電波観測所は？
Can you observe it? Yeah, so it travels through dimensions. Man, it's even worse than from space. That's also so cool where the things come from. Man, that is so awesome. So one came from the Earth, one came from the ocean, one came from space, and now it comes from I think it was from a shadow and from another dimension. Because shadows are basically what you would see from higher dimensional objects. Oh no, it's so good. Oh no, it's so good. Oh, I love it. It's so good. I just realized it. It's so good. You know, because If you like, it's the thing. If you have a, let's say, a two-dimensional plane, and you have a 3D object, like it would be just a shadow. Like if you live on this plane, it would be a shadow. Like if you had what do I have here? This voucher for my burger store. So not gonna. I don't want to make advertisements for them. They're good, but so like you have like a thing here, and like if this is the object, like the shadow on the, like you see the shadow here, like. You would say, like if you just live on this paper, you would say this shadow I'm casting here is the real thing, but it's not. Like it's the object in a higher dimension. So in a way, a hypersphere, like a sphere is just a shadow of a hypersphere in our dimension because it's 4D. Like it's really fucked up. So it's basically using wormholes and stuff, and it can teleport and appear anywhere. Why did it appear at Adam though? I do think they want to converge with Adam, don't they? Mega, yeah. Oh, and he carries away. Oh my fucking god, this is eerie as shit. It is casting a shadow, though. Let's see. Man, let's fucking go. Man, this is so scary. What are you even gonna do? You probably can't even touch it. Like, throw something at it first. Oh no, it just had an AT field. Man, that's so scary. That is so scary. It's like you can't, man, it's like an event horizon. You can't touch it. Like there's an AT field, I would assume. So, man, she's trying with that weird X thing. So, like, there's the thing, like, it's like a water surface you want to grab through, and there might be poisonous fish down, but you can't throw something because the surface tension would let it bounce off. So you have to put your hand in. Man, that's so scary. Oh, this is an awesome one. Oh, this is an awesome one. Man, that's so weird. I don't know. I know she's being a B here and an a-hole, but like the man has to go out and face the monster, not the woman who's gathered. Like I'm just shitting, but you know, I don't know. He looks so annoyed. He looked so annoyed. I love it. He really looked. Awesome. He turned it around on her. It's awesome. Yeah, so you feel equipped. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought as well. So now you have to go into the forest and face whatever the fuck's there, which is also the same idea as a wormhole, interestingly. You know? That's so funny. The like, if you imagine we were in the Stone Age, we're sitting around a campfire and like there's a weird fucking noise in the forest near us. That's the same idea as this angel. Like, that's the unknown behind the trees, is the unknown behind the surface of this hypersphere, which is awesome. It's all the same on this level, an abstract level. This is too cozy. This is all too fucking cozy because the show's halfway done. He basically took up his role. His father's gone because he's understood his role as a man. And you know what I mean with this. So now he thinks he's done it all. He is equipped to face the world, and now he's got this high dimensional terror here. And Ikari is gone. Like, his father is gone. So, like, that's also symbol in a way, because like now he's like, I don't need him anymore. I've faced my fears. I can now just fucking go. I'm the best of us. I've mastered my body and my right hand, and you know what I mean. And now he can go in and he's confident. I think he's truly confident. He for the first time, he was really pissed at Asuka there. Like, he looked really annoyed for the first time. Oh man, this is so eerie though. Oh god, what's gonna happen? Oh my god. Oh, I'm so afraid of this angel suddenly. It's so weird. It's just a ball. It's just a hypersphere. But he still relies on them like that. What is her point? Oh my god, she fucked up. Oh no, she fucked up. She fucked up. Oh, she fucked up. I like that the one is... Okay, so they can switch. I thought she fucked up and went the wrong way because of her emotions. Holy shit, man. This is so weird. This fucking asshole is so weird. I love this angel so much. There's an AT field. Oh no! It's just fucking...
使徒発見
What? Oh god, fuck! I knew it! I knew it! Oh god, I knew this would happen! It could teleport! I knew it could teleport! It's a hypersphere, mate! It can, like...
シンジ君イカリ君バカ
Ah, god! Ah, this is so weird! Ah, no! It's being ripped into the forest with the predators! Ah, god!
シャシシルド送ってダメです
Pull him out! Like, you're in the hypersphere shadow. Oh god.
アキカレイ
Ooh, it might be that the shadow is the angel and that's what I said. Like, the angel is the shadow because that's the real hypersphere and it's just the shadow cast, like the orb is just the shadow cast of the angel. Oh, I think that might be, that's so fucking awesome. Oh my god. This is so good. That's so well done. And so it's a real ocean surface. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's so awesome, man. It's like a 2D and 4D at the same time. Perhaps it's also just 2D, and it's like it's the it's literal surface to the unknown. Then it's also like it doesn't have to be 4D. I do think it is, but it might be 2D and like a gateway. Like, it's like a Stargate, but black and scary. Wow, this is so awesome. This is so weird, this thing. Wow, this is my favorite one so far. This is so dark. Because you have to go in.
初号機とイカリ君が
And she's really worried here. Yeah, they're abandoning him. And because the father's not there, they're not gonna prioritize him. Oh my god, it's so weird. It's just an ocean. Just an ocean of
ケー
blackness.
ブルを引き上げてみたら先はなくなっていたそうよ。
Wow, that's so awesome. That's so weird.
闇雲にエヴァを動かさず生命維持も
Wow, it's just the sea of dark. Well, and the church already tolling. Church bell. Wow, man, it's like basically it's an ocean of darkness. So the ocean surface we had in the beginning shot like this, like the blue ocean turned dark and scary. Holy shit, it's awesome. Man, I love the theme of a dark ocean. It's one of the driving forces of one of the characters in my book. It's funny that there are so many parallels, so jokes aside. I do think if you try to write psychological themes like these are really core themes, I think you even should try to incorporate somehow in different variations perhaps, but it's so interesting that there are so many things I also use in writing that this show uses. Because they're so awesome and I love them. They're so mysterious, like this ocean of darkness where you have to dive into to find the truth. It's such an awesome idea. I mean, I talked about it in episode 12, I think, but
動いてません直径600メートルを超えたところ
600 meters. Yeah, because it can grow, that's why I think it's not like 2D.
やれやれだわ独断先行作戦
Wow, and she's in the shadow as well. Yeah.
を見せてやる
Wow. Slap him. I slap her.
シンジの悪口を言われるのがそんなに不愉快
Wow, she looks so scary here. She looks really fucking scary here. It's like the shadow is taking them over as well. Look at that, man. Her eyes are like a predator here. This is so awesome. It's just eyes and mouth. Like, this is a predatory visual here. Like the eyes staring into your soul, the mouth that's gonna eat you. And Ray as well. Like the red eyes a bit. Like it's like they are reduced to their primal selves here as well a bit. Like visually. I don't think character-wise necessarily. But it's the idea of like this darkness where like only important things emerge from. And this is the eyes and the mouth there.
られるためにエヴァに乗ってるの違うわ
Yeah.
他人じゃ
No, she was right there. Ray was right.
そうよ。確かに独断専行だわ。
Yes, he did. I love that she believes in him. That's so awesome. He just ran in, though. Because he thought splitting of the breast, that's weird. He went in because he thought he had grown up and succeeded. But he hadn't. Ooh, this is so eerie. Is this inside the angel? Yeah, he's so depressed now.
眠ることがこんなに疲れるなんて
Yeah, look, the bluish hues is so depressing, man. Yeah, this is like, again, the weird patterns. Nothing but white.
空間が広すぎるんだ
That's torture. A black void is very scary, but a white void is even scarier. I think if you put people in a room painted in white, like after 5 hours, they go completely mad and insane. You can't, because it's like a white cell, it's a torture cell. A very old method. I think it was the Soviet method. Might be wrong. And because it's like in eternal blackness there's all there can be, but in eternal whiteness everything's already there. Perhaps that's the idea we can't grapple with. I know it's also a central thing, but
帰ってから12時間
but how is he supposed to fight it?
お腹空いたな
じゃあ影の部分が使徒の本
So what do we have here? 90.4 giga electron volts. That's not that much. It's the mass. So this might be a particle. Is it a particle? I mean, an electron has 511 electron volts, I think. Mega electron volts. I don't know which one this is. I'm sorry, I'm not a particle physicist. Also, this is... Yeah, this here is like these are shadows cast and stuff and projections. I like that.
直径680メートル
3 nanometers thick. Yeah, so it's a weird
の空間を内向きの AT フィールドで支え
inverted AT field. It's like an inversed hyperdimensional being. It's so weird.
呼ばれる虚数空間
Yeah, okay, no, I'm sorry. But it is, yeah, no, wait, it's a Dirac. Yeah, so it is basically a four-dimensional space. It's a quantum space. I don't know what this means. It vanishes when the body's imaginary number circuit closes. But that's the thing. That's exactly what I was talking about. If you have complex spaces in mathematics or physics, that is what you have. You have got projections. It's a projection space. Not necessarily, but it's like it's the basics of quantum theory here. So you want me to explain quantum physics to you with this one? This is a quantum angel. Like, and I know in science fiction quantum is used very many times, very incorrectly, and I hate it most of the times. I even have a meme on my wall in my office where it's like this water tank. It says the soul, and there's this guy slapping something on it, and it's saying like sci-fi authors quantum. This is a quantum angel. This is a true quantum angel. This is a four-dimensional object projecting itself onto 3D space or 2D space in this regard. I do think it's so weird. I mean, from their perspectives, it's a 2D angel projecting itself onto a 3D sphere in the sky, but it's the other way around because they just said Dirac, and I know the author might not have known, but it's a Dirac. It's a quantum. I think the Dirac is the quantum foam C. I will actually look it up one moment. Yeah, okay, so I looked it up, and indeed it is like the original historical version is not precisely this but from nowadays the Dirac is exactly that. It's quantum foam. It is basically the vacuum. Like it was one of the first approaches to describe vacuum in quantum physics. Oh my god, no. Oh god, this is gonna be so long. I'm so sorry. I think this will be long, so prepare yourself. So like the idea is that I will start and like I will give you some physics lectures here. Can't. So the original idea of Paul Dirac was that so they had electrons, and they wanted a counter to that, and he proposed basically that the positron before it was discovered, I think, if I read that correctly. Like, I just skimmed through a Wikipedia article just now to see where it historically came from, and I will add the modern version here that's not on Wikipedia. But that is basically what you would say today. So I hope that's of some value for you or of some interest. So the idea is basically if you've got a vacuum, there are quantum fluctuations you do have, which basically means there is within a certain time scale, which is determined by the energy-time uncertainty relation. There are particles emerging for a very brief moment of time. And it is by the formula, so the energy of the two particles combined and the product of the time they exist during cannot be greater than h bar halves. So it's basically the uncertainty principle for momentum and position, but it's time and energy. So what happens there is that, like, how does that work? You cannot create. You cannot. How do you say it? It's not hurt. What is the English word for this? You cannot break. I think it's break. It might not be the right word, but you will understand what I mean. You cannot break the laws of conservation with this formula. So basically, it can only exist for the time frame that it's that you can calculate for from the formula. Like if you have 2 electrons, it is 511 plus 511, so it's 1 mega electron volt. So an electron is 511 kilo electron volts. So you have 2. So you propose that from vacuum, what would it take? So you could go at it like this. So if you have this energy time uncertainty and you have got the energy of 511 kilo electron volts, you can calculate from that the time that an electron could appear from nothingness from the vacuum and go back into nothingness. But the problem is, if you do that, you propose that there is a charge appearing and disappearing, and that can't be, because there is a conservation of charge. So you have to have another particle if this happens, and it is derived from this formula. Then, so you're like, okay, so if we create an electron in this process, there also has to be a positron, because otherwise there would be a negative charge appearing from nothingness and going back into nothingness, and we can't have that. That would again break. I think it's break the word I'm looking for in German. It's called differently. It would break the laws of nature. So they introduced the positron to counter it. So you say it's not one particle appearing, but it's 2 particles appearing. So that means one particle is the electron, the other is the positron. They're exactly the same, save for charge. So in general, the charge is 0 because it's a plus charge and a minus charge, like positive and negative. They cancel each other out. The net is 0, so you can do it. So that is possible. So you say that on the quantum vacuum level, you can have these particles appear and disappear all the time. And the Dirac is basically the idea of that in principle, that in the vacuum, particles can appear and disappear all the time. So in a way, it is the idea of destruction and creation on an infinite scale, always repeated everywhere where we are. That is the Dirac, that like in a on a more bloomy level. Like there is a lot of formalism in it, but that was the original idea. So that's the original idea. So you've got this vacuum, and from it can appear stuff and disappear, like electrons and positrons, or protons and antiprotons. So matter and antimatter, like particles and their antimatter particles are created and destroyed within certain time frames, and it's an everlasting process, like everywhere in eternity. It is also a process near the event horizon of a black hole, by the way. And if it happens near a black hole event horizon, one particle is eaten by the black hole and the other is not eaten, like you are like, yeah, but you said there's a certain time scale, so it doesn't work. Like, how does it work? Like, because then it would break exactly this rule of the uncertainty. And I would be like, yes, that's true. Stephen Hawking did in fact propose that through this processes, because there's a particle going out suddenly and the other one is eaten, that the mass is detracted of that particle from the black hole, so the mass is conserved and the energy is conserved. That's why black holes evaporate by that model, by the way. So black holes here do evaporate at the event's horizon because of exactly this process, that the Dirac is basically eating away the black hole with negative mass, so to speak. And I guess that's where this comes from as well. But we can even go further. So the idea is that it is the border of observation as well. Like there are many themes in this Dirac-sea here, and of like linking the surface of a sphere to this Dirac-sea is very genius, because it is both physically and conceptually the same in a way. Because the sea is also in many creation myths the origin of everything. You know, in stories from the sea, I talked about this before, so I will not go into that too much, but in principle, the sea is the idea of creation and destruction as well. Like an ocean can eat the land again, can like tides can eat up the cities at the coast, but also from the sea emerges life in evolutionary hypotheses, like the fish, like it's where life originates, and it's the surface of the unknown where stuff can come from, where you can find new stuff, and in the Dirac-sea, new stuff is constantly created and also destroyed. So this is a very, very, very awesome and genius depiction of it. It is basically weaving the physics with reality in a very intricate way. And you know, I do think Carl Gustav Jung, would love this depiction. He loves it. He was in a correspondence with Wolfgang Pauli, who is a very famous quantum physicist. And they knew each other. So Carl Jung was this psychologist who was incredibly genius. I don't know how literally he took his ideas, which is the point of contention, I would say. But Paul Dirac and him, they had a correspondence of letters. And Carl Gustav Jung was going from it at this perspective of, he saw archetypical images and tried to find the general meanings people ascribe to them. So he would be one of the people saying the ocean is the symbol for the unknown, for potential, for creation and destruction. Paul Dirac would be the physicist. He would say the ocean is a metaphorical a way of expression, this method and this mechanism of particle creation and destruction in the vacuum, in the Dirac-sea. And they both did talk about stuff like this because, funnily, Wolfgang Pauli did dream in mathematics and in shapes. And he was having dreams you would probably call acidic, like if you're on a substance trip, you would have these dreams if you're a physicist, perhaps. And Carl Jung found out, or at least that is implied in the letters they wrote, and the letters are online, you can look them up, they're incredibly interesting. I do think they're in German, though I don't know if you can read them. I did read them because I'm German. If you're interested in that, by the way, let me know. We could do a stream of reading them and I translate them live. I mean, if that's something. They're probably live translated as well. So they both got at these core concepts and ideas from two different roads. Carl Jung went at it from what I mostly do in the streams, like this more analogical, archetypical interpretation style. I would say I do it similar to him. So if you see my reactions, I do it like Jung would do it probably in a way. But Dirac would do it in the other way, where I'm like coming from the physics perspective. And they talked about this stuff, and they found that it's basically the same thing they're describing. That's why I think it's so genius what they're doing here. They're fusing psychology and physics in a way, which is, I mean, it's my area of expertise. I mean, that's where I did my PhD in. You know, it's not directly this, of course, but this idea here is like where I'm an expert in. So that's why I talk so much about it, because I love it so much. And why it's in my stories as well. Like, you will find this theme in my new book as well. And if you like it, this theme, check it out. Really check it out. It's going to come out every week. Two chapters every week. It's going to be 150 chapters, season 1. It's an anime-style story. And it is basically, I think, also trying to combine these two ideas. But enough of the shameless self-plug. The next thing I wanted to talk about, no, I'm not done yet, that's why I said it was a long one. So the next thing is the projection idea and the imaginary space. So two ideas are in this. It's not only the vacuum fluctuations, the Dirac-sea, they also put into this here the idea of complex spaces. Imaginary numbers. Imaginary numbers does not mean that they are not real. It's just that they're more of reality. And the genius of quantum physics basically is exactly this thing. The genius of quantum physics is saying that we don't describe things by 3 coordinates in space. let's just leave time aside. Because we in everyday life describe things through 3 coordinates, like length, width, and location height. So basically, if I want to tell you where you are, you will give me the location on the globe, which is longitude, latitude, and then building like the meters over sea level, for example. Always need 3 coordinates to describe stuff and objects. And in quantum physics, you need 4. You need 4 coordinates or more. It can be more, and that's the funny thing. So basically, in quantum physics, you manage to describe particles with 4 coordinates, and it's not space coordinates as we know them. They're just mapping to space coordinates, and that's why I said projection as well. So you're projecting the quantum entities onto real space in mathematics. We don't know what that means. Like the process of mapping is something that eludes us. That's basically the problem of measurement, the measurement problem. And it's where the randomness comes from. It's just something we observe and say it's true because it works, but we don't know what it is. And there is a lot of philosophical debate on it. So, and the imaginary numbers are helping us to do that. And you can break it down to 1 and 2 dimensions. Imagine you're having a measurement. You can picture it on a line, like in school. Like you've got the 0, 1, 2, 3. I don't know. It's a number array. I would translate it literally from German. Like it's just one-dimensional. Like it's just a length, and there are numbers on it. That's how you measure numbers, basically. Like every number can be represented as a point on a line. Like 1 is like. This is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and -1, -2. So all numbers can be represented on this array. But if you have and every measurement ever you take in physics is on that array. If you measure voltage, it's 1 volt, for example. If you measure height, it's like 10 meters. Like you can always represent a measurement on this one line. I hope that idea gets across. It's very crucial to understand the quantum phenomenon here and the imaginary projection and the number space. So the quantum space is not on this line. It is the space surrounding this line, including this line. So every quantum object, and this is reduced to 2 dimensions. It works the same as 3 and 4 dimensions, but it's 1 and 2. So 1 dimension is this line. 2 dimensions is like the space around this line, as like if you would have it on a sheet, like everywhere on the sheet. So in quantum space, the objects wouldn't get these numbers. They get a number beneath or below the line, sometimes on the line, but beneath and below the line. And you do that by adding imaginary numbers. Imaginary numbers is basically you take this line, you rotate it, so you have another line. So you've got 2 lines, you've got a coordinate system. And every object you can locate on this coordinate system. But if you measure it, you still can measure the line. So you basically measure the shadow of the object. Well, you know what I mean? Can I draw that somehow? You know what? I fuck it. I'll draw it. I'm so sorry. This turned into a physics lecture. I'm so sorry. So you get a university course of physics, quantum physics, semester 4, physics bachelor. So this is what it's like. At least if I give it. So now you have been part of my lectures a bit. So this is mirrored. I'm stupid. It's like this. So you have all measurements you do are on this line, like one is here. You know what? I will just do it the wrong way around, so you can all. Okay, so like let's say this is the 0, this is measurement 1, this is measurement 2, this is -1, -2, and whatever you measure, it's always on this line. It's one like a number. But in quantum physics, it might be this point, but what you measure is this here, this shadow. So you measure this value, but it was this. Okay? And now is the clue with quantum physics. Now is the real wild asinine thing. So you measure this value, but you don't know where this was. Could be here, could be here, could be here. You just know it was somewhere on this line. That's what you measure. And that's where the randomness also comes from a bit. And that's why it's called a projection as well. Because it's projecting all of these numbers that are on this potential line onto one single spot, and you can't distinguish them anymore. You lose information, you lose the dimension. So that is why imaginary numbers. That is why it means it's a four-dimensional entity. This angel, you know. So it is basically a projection onto this very squished cylinder that it is. So it's really fucked. It's like a high-dimensional entity that's really like it's the embodiment of quantum physics, of weird spaces, of unknown. Of like all ideas that are somehow unknown and weird in the conceptualization of mankind are in this angel. Okay, I think I talked for 10 minutes about this. We should get on. The episode's halfway done. I'm so sorry. It may be connected to another universe. No, it is more of our universe, but yeah. It vanishes when the body's imaginary circuits closes. Yeah. Yeah, and that's it. So the three-dimensional shadow of the four-dimensional object, and they I love that they reverse it. Like if you just look at it, it's like a sphere casting a shadow, like 3D to 2D, but it's not. It's 4D into 3D. It's like so much more terrible. Oh my god, and it lines up. Oh my god, I'm overinterpreting the shit out of this so much. It lines up with Shinji being like, I understand this. It's just an angel. I will attack it, and it's reversing. It's like reversing the expectation. Like this angel is also standing for reversal of expectations in general. Oh, fuck me. I want to binge this. I'm not even halfway through episode 1. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Become a quantum object? Is he gonna do it with consciousness? Some people lingered to that. Very funny. Yeah. Water is getting murky. He's in the ocean. Oh my god. Yeah, he's going to go fucking want us. You know what? This is one of the scariest thing ever. Like you're in a tube and you can't get out. It's also a symbol for not being able to get out of your body. You can't get out of your body. You're trapped. Holy shit, man! This is. Oh my god. Holy shit. Holy shit. He's calling out for his loved ones, but they can't change him. He's alone. And for his father, because he doesn't know where to go. That's awesome. The last one was, please, Father, guide me. What? How? Okay, why would that do anything? Okay, so they do in fact link the quantum realm to consciousness here. I like that. It's not what it is, but I like the idea. The idea is, in this show here, they not at all obviously, I'm so sorry, for me obviously, like in my headcanon space, they link consciousness with 4D, with quantum physics, with Dirac, with the unknown. And as I say, this is like, it would be a miscommunication between Paul Dirac and Carl Jung. Let's just use those two because I like them, and it illustrates very well what the misconception often is. Also in popular media, by the way, with this consciousness and quantum physics connection, where people say your mind can influence the world and stuff, and quantum physics is the mind. Carl Jung would say quantum physics is an archetypical idea of the unknown, unconscious, of potential, of ideas, because they can emerge and deteriorate on a rapid rate. And it's an archetypical idea. That's what Carl Jung would say. And Paul Dirac would say, yeah, quantum physics, it's just a Hilbert space or Hilbert spaces, and they are projecting onto real world, and that's why we measure stuff. And the ideas are in their core the same principle, but in different areas of ideas. The one is the archetypical landscape, language realm. The other is the physics mathematical realm. And they might describe similar things, but they're not the same things. You know what I mean? It's like I can describe a brick and a hammer, and I can use both to hammer in a nail, but they're not the same. They're completely different, but they can do the same. Anyway. Why? So you would basically, with the nukes, you would overload the Dirac. Like from a physics point, you would be like, okay, for a certain energy level, there can be only so much time. So if you put in infinite energy into the Diraxi, you have infinitely small time scales that something can be created from. But there's the Planck limit, so you basically break the Planck limit, and the angel makes no sense anymore, and it's destroyed. It would also be on the analysis level of being like something being your expectations being subverted, and something you thought was tame is terrible. Suddenly you have to put in all your energy to grasp it, otherwise you're fucked. Let's go with it like that.
は言えないわ。作戦は初号機の機体回収を最優先。
Yeah, so what are you gonna do?
ちょっと待って。この際、パイ。
Holy shit, man. I love that she just slapped the fuck out of her. Is the father not going to be like, she's right?
シンジ君を失うのはあなたのミスなのよ。それ。
Yeah. Why is it her mistake, though? Why is it her mistake? She just praised him. That is not a mistake. That is not a mistake, I think. Because she didn't do it on purpose. Perhaps it's a mistake. It's not her fault, though. That's what I mean, yeah.
いやあなたがそこまで初号機にこだわる。
That's a good question. Law. Please give me law. Yeah.
あなたに渡した資料がすべてよ。嘘ね。
Yeah. Ooh, there they are. The stars. Why would you trust her? I mean, they are friends, but you're fucking shady now. I would have slapped her too, man. Holy shit. She's such a, like...
航空管制と空自の戦略。
Because, you know, even if she has, in the end, ulterior motives that are good, I do think that was a tautology. Like, she still should tell her, because she's the commanding officer. She should know this information, because things can go to shit.
輸送団に連絡を。
Yeah. Instrumentality project, yeah.
まだ私の知らない秘密があるんだ。
Yeah, she's getting really doubty here. Like, they are fucking shady. Also, someone said that the computers in episode 12 were hacked. I missed that because I talked too much. Happens. But, you know, it's like, some people are really fucking shady here. Oh, are we in his mind now? Yeah. Oh, God. It's the fisheye view. What the fuck? What is going on, man? Oh, God. Why is there a line? Is it a lifeline? Oh, no.
僕は君だよ。人は自分の中にもう
Yes, we know.
自分というのは常に二人でできているものさ。
That's true. I think it's 3, though.
碇シンジという人物だって何人もいるんだ。
Okay, this is basically going into the persona thing I talked about. So you like the thing you are to the outside world and the thing you're inside are not the same. Especially in social situations, they might be very different. And that is a strain on your mind. I do think in Japan, by the way, they do have that problem. I can only talk about this from my supervisor. Like, my PhD supervisor did live in Japan for a while. So he's a very clever, like one of the best physicists in the world, I think. And he said in Japan, it's like, this problem in Japan is really big, because if you're in society, you have to act according to what society thinks about you and the rules in it. And only when you're at home, you're someone completely different. I do think that's also why there's such a big break in like this very colorful culture of creative culture behind closed doors, and like this very rigid structure of society. I might not completely get this right, so if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments, Japanese people, please. Like, I this is only something I heard, so it's not something I know, but you know.
君の心の中にいるも
Yeah.
の中にいる碇シンジ、総理はアスカの中のシンジ、
Interesting.
中のシンジ。
Oh my god, fuck off episode. I'm not gonna be able to binge this shit, man. I'm not even gonna finish this episode by this pace. So we are talking about identities. Let's talk about identities. Oh, good fucking god, man. Okay, so let's go. So, I mean, who are you? Who are we? Because the thing is, what is society? Society is consistent of people. If you talk about society, you talk about its average. Which doesn't mean that it is the It is just the average, and it is one of the biggest mistakes in measurements, by the way, to assume that the average is a good indicator for the broader mass, because you don't know the variance. So like if you measure values for people, height, whatever, and you have the average, that doesn't mean that every person is that height. It just means that's the average, and people are in a space around that. And it matters a lot how big the space is, how big the deviation is of the measured values. So if you say society's rules are X, it means that on average people you ask on the street would agree to those rules. And the more important in the society the rule, the more people agree on it, I would say. For example, murder is evil might be a rule that is very, very, very heavily shared with almost all people in the society. That's, for an example, take that one. But if you would be like getting out after 10 o'clock and drinking a beer in your backyard, that might be different. Or if you say certain political ideas that are heavily discussed. I'm not going to name anyone, but you will probably have one in your head where it's like very, like, let's say conservatives for like, or left versus right wing narratives crashing into each other. Those are the marginals. Those are the rims. For example, let's take something. What will we take? What is something quite harmless that won't get into flame wars in the comments? I know you never do them. You do flame wars when you think I'm shit, but that's okay. You can do that. That's like, do that. But let's take a political idea that's, I will give you an example from Germany here. I was in a very secluded village 2 days ago. We went hiking with my wife and daughters and friends of ours, and we went like down into this very secluded valley. There was a little restaurant, and on the restaurant's door there was the sign, "Windmills are killing animals, polluting the world." And that is an opinion I think pretty many people nowadays do have. It doesn't mean that they think that the energy that windmills, wind turbines give you is bad, like it's clean energy, but it destroys the environment locally, in that forests have to be torn down, birds crash into them. And I'm not saying that it happens often, and I'm not saying that the argument they make is reasonable or not. You can think about that on your own, like just think about what you think on this. But I do think that, and the other argument would be, but we have to save the planet from climate catastrophe. So you have this tension of, are you going to save the local environment, or are you sacrificing your local environment for the climate? And that is something where if you ask people in society, they would not be like, you could represent that as, yeah, build some windmills, like some windmills are fine. That's what the people say. People say windmills are fine on average. But if you go into detail, it's not. There are many people who are like, they are terrible. There are many people who are like, they're the savior of the humanity. I'm exaggerating, but it's not. Windmills are pretty okay, or wind turbines are pretty okay, even though that's the average. Like, it represents nothing. It represents nothing. It just gives you an idea of the median, or of the middle of some argument. So in society, we don't know what things we agree on in society and what we don't. We can just assume it from how we act in the society and between each other. So if you are a person in society, the idea of society sees me as is actually in the first place an okay one, but in the second place it's too low resolution, because the question is, how does my mother see me? How does my father see me? How does my friend see me? How does the dude I met on the bus see me? That on average is how society sees you, but it's not how people see you. It's the same very, very fine but very important distinction between the average and the variance, and it's very important in mathematics as well and in measurements as well. For example, let's take a physics example to hammer it home. If you measure the acceleration of the Earth, it's 9.81. You find it in a textbook. It's nowhere nowhere near that. Nowhere on the planet it's exactly that. It's some a bit more, a bit less, because like you're further away from the center of the Earth. There are currents below you that influence it a bit and stuff. So it's just an average. So it's an average, but like it's pretty okay to say, to a certain rough understanding, it's okay. And here it is as well. So who are we in society? We are what people on average think about us, but that doesn't mean that people all think the same about us, you know? And so the person you are, so you see yourself as someone, and other people obviously do see you differently than you see yourself, but there's an overlap. And different people have also their overlaps. And you could argue that you are the overlap of everyone, which is, I don't think so, because we have the idea of the persona and the true self. But so I do think the first step is to, as they do here, very, very correctly, very well written. They do the first step is, okay, it's different for, like, me seeing myself is different from what society sees of me. Those are two things, and then they go into it and resolve it even more, like have a higher resolution of, okay, this person sees me like this person sees me like this like this. Now the question is, are you the unification of all their views, or are you the average of their views, or the overlap of their views? And depending on that, I would argue it can be extremely stressful. Because if you think that you are the unification, the moment someone sees something bad about you, you think you're a bad person in part. But if you say it's the average, and on average, or it's the overlap, and everyone sees that I have this quality that's good, that quality is true to you. That's probably a bit more healthy though, but you also have to find that balance. So this is indeed very interesting. Who are you? I would say, because I'm pretty egoistical, I would say what I think I am is important to me. The rest I don't care about in sitting in this chair. Though also, funnily, if I'm in society, I act differently, because then what I say now in this confrontation is not true anymore. So there's another me in society. Like, I'm different. It's also different brain circuits. You use the play circuit a lot more in society, for example. You socialize a lot more. So you are two different people if you classify yourself as modes of being. And like of brain modes. It's the same thing I talked about in the episode where we had the different emotions. Like, you're different people under different primal emotions. You're a different person when you're afraid than when you're angry. You're like because the brain configuration that's used is so different that you could conceptualize it as a different person. And this is even more on crack. Like, this is the same thing more on crack. You're a different person when you're alone thinking than when you're in society and brain modes. Anyway, let's go. Let's make it through this episode.
物の怒り信じさ。君はその他人の中の怒り信じが怖いんだろう。
Yeah, that's what I said. Exactly that. Yes. Both of these things, exactly what I said. Because if you conceptualize yourself as the unification of all of them, all the negative things anyone could ever think about you are incorporated in your perception you think others have of you. They are important then. But if you say, okay, I am what all people would probably agree on I am, it's a lot more healthy. Because if you fuck up once, someone will be like, yeah, he fucked up once, okay. And if you fuck up with another person, you fuck up in a different way, okay. But it's not that everyone will always think you fuck up things. It's just, there's a person who fucked up once, but there are these and these good qualities as well. So, you know, that is perhaps something if, but in depression, by the way, funnily enough, that's exactly what happens. I think, at least in some kinds of depression, that's what happens. You realize that people out there have bad opinions of you. Everyone has them of you. If you conceptualize or think of one person, like think of someone now, and that person will have bad experiences with you somehow, or a bad opinion in some form. Everyone does have that, and everyone has positive ones as well. But if you're high in neuroticism, you will really fix on that. You will think that that's the thing they latch onto, and that's what makes you who you are in their mind. And that's why in depression, you think that everyone hates you and is very, very spiteful and antagonistic towards you, and you always see the worst in people because you think the bad impressions they have of you, they are what is common and what is the important thing, because everyone is only focusing on that, and you're not going into, yeah. So anyway.
悪いのは誰だ?
Yeah. Interesting.
それが内罰的だって
Yeah, that's the thing though. It's like, and it's exactly these moments you remember then. You remember when someone let you down and you assume it was because you wanted you ill will. That's also funnily, I think, because from Shinji's perspective, he thinks that his father wants him ill will. I did so first as well because the anime wrote it exactly like that. I don't think that anymore. I think his father is is trying for him to get his own ideas and stuff, but as Shinji is a bit depressed, I think, and like we know that now, because that's the way a depressed person would see the world. And I know from the comments as well that you say he's depressed, so it fits. So it's not that I make this up from watching solely. I also read your comments a bit, but I would have agreed on this before already. So he's not only introvert, he's also depressed, he's also highly neurotic. So that means all these memories that like these as well, like Asuka being like, that's what they call important, you're so weak, you're so stupid. That is what he thinks the people have in their minds when they think of him.
何もできないと思っている自分でしょ
Yeah. Yeah.
だと思う。でも今はわからない。
And this as well, even the positives he just saw, he reframed them in a negative context, because that is what he thinks of the world. That's so interesting.
父さんが
He's still a shadow though. So will that save him here?
したらこれからも生きていけるさ。
Interesting.
みんなそうだよ。誰だってそうやって生きてるんだ。
Interesting. So through his, like this moment where I was like, this is an important moment, he thought so as well. I mean, that's good, but it's not enough. And he questions it as well. He will question it here. And we have this little boy, it's probably his youth. Like it's the other coin of the penguin, so to speak. This is the terrible feelings of his youth or his childhood. It's not the penguin, it's the darkness, and it's calling him out here. And it's the one thing that frames his worldview into this very bad state.
思い続けて出なければ生きていけない。
Yeah.
この世界には辛いことが多すぎ。
Struggle of the world.
自己欺瞞だね。呼び方なんか関係ない。
No, it's so cool.
うちの妹この間の騒ぎで
I like that this other version here calls him out as well, because it's there. It's basically his inner Shinji as well. It's basically his the positive view he also has. Like everyone has a negative and positive view of the world, and they're merged, and sometimes you have one or the other, and depending on what you do most of the time, you can even assign numbers to that, but and measure it compared to others. But I like that the father moment indeed was like a seed here that makes him bloom. Like, and I said that was the impression I had as well. Like the scene at the grave, that was so important for him, because it showed that there is, like, it is hard to pull that into a negative light, what his father said, I think, and that's why it makes him so robust. I like the lines as well. Yeah. Face it.
のように紡いで生きていられるはずがないんだ。
Yeah.
楽しいこと見つけて、そればっかりやってて。
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. But what he's saying here is also the conundrum of the world. The world's a terrible, horrible place, laced with some flowers that give you beauty in the moments. But you fight against deterioration, you fight against entropy all the time, and realizing that is also part of puberty. And I know this is not, like, this episode has not been on puberty at all, really, I think. This one has been more about the relationship between you and the world, and facing unknowns that are too great to face, and what you can do to prevail or try. So I do really think in puberty, this realization hits hard. That's also why I do think nihilism and these more depressing, edgy things are in puberty very often, because it's the first time you grapple with the fact, for most people, that the world can be the most shittiest place ever. It's full of disease, it's full of hatred, it's full of mania, it's full of pain and hurt and suffering. And it's basically what many religious texts also focus on, because they grapple with the idea as well. Like, why would you live in a world where there's so much suffering? And the idea here is because there is beauty as well. I mean, it's also in Attack on Titan, for example, like it's a beauty in a cruel world or something. And I do think you shouldn't focus on one of the two things, because you will get done in by that. If you focus on the darkness of the world, you get depressed and very, very, very hurt mentally. If you only see the world as the flower field, you don't see the rot beneath the flowers that will make them wilt eventually and kill them. Also a theme in my book. But that's I do think those two, again, those two are the extremes. On average, the world's a pretty okay place, but depending on the people you use in the situations you ask them, they will say it's the most beautiful, perfect thing ever, or it's a terrible piece of shit. You know? So this is also, oh god, fuck man, no, this is also logotherapy. Viktor Frankl did pioneer that. It's the idea that you have to ascribe meaning to your life, do something meaningful that you think is worthwhile, because otherwise the world will overwhelm you and you will die. And I think I've talked about the book, but you should really read it. A modern man in search for a soul, or a modern man in search for meaning. Viktor Frankl. Viktor like in the Russian Victor with a K, and Frankl like Frank, like Frank, with an L in the end. He was in a certain camp in Germany as a Jew, and he was a psychologist. So he made his task during those times to observe the people and how they try to prevail in this environment of absolute tragedy and suffering. And he did find, and he based his further therapies on it, that the people who somehow it believes they held on to did survive longer. They were more resistant to malnourishment, they were more resistant to diseases, they were more resistant to deterioration. And he didn't know why, he just observed it. And I think it culminates in this one dude he saw. So it was in 44, I think, and they were in the camp and they were all starving and dying. And there was this one dude who kept on, because he was like, the Allied forces will, on Christmas, they will come. They will free us. They will come on Christmas. Like, he went through all hardship he could. Like that dude. He fought against everything valiantly, and he always said, the Allied forces will rescue us on Christmas. We will be relieved on Christmas. The suffering will end. And when on Christmas no one came, he just died. He ate, everything was normal, he just died. Because the meaning in his life was gone. Was destroyed and shattered, and it can kill you. And it kills many people in old age, I think. We don't know why. Perhaps we do know, I don't know why. I've not seen an explanation as to why. Perhaps they do know nowadays and have done research on that. But that's basically logotherapy. Logos is, I think, the meaningful word or something. So it's trying to get something meaningful done in your life so you don't fall into this catastrophe of this horrid world. So that's basically, he's basically doing a therapy on himself here. Very interesting. I like that though. So what's he doing here? What's he now doing? He sees all the terribleness in his world. And there's chill music. Sees his father leave. I get that he thought that, but I don't think that's the thing. What? Oh. What? Oh, that is so nasty. Oh no. So he ran away from his father. Oh my fucking god. Oh no. Oh fuck. Wow, that's some repressed as shit guilt he has. Oh my god. And he wants forgiveness from his father, if this is correct. Perhaps I overread this, but holy fuck. And she gives him praise and he thinks he doesn't deserve it because he abandoned his father. He abandoned his culture, so to speak. Holy shit, man. Oh my god, that's why his father says you shouldn't run away. Because his father, oh my god. Also, by the way, this line in this space is the same as the angel does. Like, it's a projection of like the whole screen onto this white line. It's the same theme as well. He doesn't want to be alone. Holy shit, man. Wow. What's that? But can't you go berserk and fuck it up? He's probably not in the right mental state. Yeah, see, exactly this is what I said. It's the nihilism and sadness and like, yeah. I like that there's something like stars around him, although I know it's dust, but... And the angel theme here. What will guide him out of the darkness? What meaning will he find? If he finds any. Well, this is so fucking eerie. It's just a shot of him. Yeah, there's the meaning. It's 1,000 nuclear bombs. Oh, there's a weird light. Interesting. Ooh. That is interesting. So his mother's love, like the protection. So he basically, I know this is really reaching again, but the thing is what I said about mothers being the protective thing. He regressed back into childhood because adulthood was too terrible here for a moment. Because childhood is comforting and mother's love is comforting. So he regressed a bit. Because that was the thing. He went into something he was not prepared to go into. Because that was the suppression. He thought he could defeat it, but it turned out far worse than he thought. So his solution was here, after being completely broken and nihilistic, to go back into childhood, to recruit himself again. Let's see what his character does after this. Man, it looks so eerie, this angel. This is my favorite angel by 1,000 miles. Holy shit, man. Ooh. What's it doing? Is Shinji coming out? So you just fucking it up from the inside? Doesn't matter. Ooh, it's starting to be black. Ah, that's so awesome. He's being reborn. That's so awesome. Oh, that's so fucking awesome, man. Ah, the blood, man. He's being reborn from his mother. So he goes through his mother into puberty, so to speak. Like, it's the second rebirth here. So awesome, man. He's being reborn to face the fears. Holy shit, man. She's like, what the fuck? Copy? What did you copy? Oh, perhaps they're the same cells. That's so awesome, man. Rebirth. Second birth. This is the second birth of Hermia. Because he now uses his mother, I think, to go into the new world a bit. He forgot it. He forgot his safe land, and now he remembered. It's very primal as well. I love it. Man, that looks so bloody awesome. No pun intended. And there's the surface again. It's clean now. It's clean again. It's not black anymore. Because it's just an ocean now. He's conquered it. He's prepared to dive into it. It's so awesome, man. Oh god, I love that she's like a mother here as well. We had that theme in this episode before. One more time. Oh.
叱るんじ
Yeah, she's also, what's she gonna do? That's so awesome. He wanted to see them all one last time. That is a powerful drive as well. It was very many things happening when he was reborn there. But his mother's love as a protective foundation, even though he didn't remember her really, it's like he forgot her a bit, like the weird drawings of the mother. And him going berserk, like, I think the berserk state is also the most controlled state you are in puberty, funnily, or in growing up. Because it's at least something you are secure about, even though it's very, very rough dealing with problems. But he managed it. He regressed back into to square one as well. As like the berserk mode here was, he had it in episode 1 when he first started exploring this. So he was reset by that angel because it was too terrible. So, but he managed to go back and be like, okay, this is not working. I'm at a point, everything's collapsing. I have to go back, start from scratch. And now he started from scratch. He started the berserk thing again. Like, I know that's not in the story what happens, but thematically that's the thing for me. Like, he started, like, he was like, I was going down the wrong path in some way. Everything collapsed in on me. I've seen things wrong. I based some stuff on lies, like the father's thing, potentially. And yeah, I love that she's such a big sister to him as well.
私は今日ほどこのエヴァが怖いと思ったことはあり
Yeah, I can feel that, man. Yes, they're on the children's side. Why would they hate you?
そうか今はいい
レイやシンジ君が
Yes.
してもらえないでしょうね
Why? What would be the secret of the Eva? What would be terrible about them? You know what would be really fucked? If the Evas are also built from their mothers. Like, in that... Because then the mother would be... It would fit with the angel theme right now. And it would fit like that. It would fit together perfectly as well with... Because he said he killed his mother. First, the mother sacrificed herself to protect him. And it was not really killing her, but... Because I don't know what Ikari really wants. Because then he was like the mother is both the symbol for the primal being here, the mecha, which is in line because it's the basis of your being, like this motherly protection. In many cases, is the basis for your being, and it's the safe haven. And if you weave that into the foundations you are, you can probably prevail a lot better in the world. That's my hypothesis here. I think the mothers are part of the Eva, and if it's just the stem cells or something weird fucked up like that. So it's like it's Adam, and that's what also makes sense why they're called Eve, because Eve is a mother. The ultimate mother is Eve. Interesting idea. We will dive into that more, I guess, but that would be my hypothesis from now on. Because otherwise, why would they be mad? Everything else, I cannot conceive of another scenario, because all of them have no mothers as well. No Ray's there with him.
でももう大丈夫だよ
Also means that the motherly love and protection is there, though they just don't notice it anymore because it's so subtle and primal. Oh, she was there. That's so cool, man. Oh, she's flushing. I really like their relationship, though. Let's see what Shinji now thinks about the world, though. What's that smell?
取れないや血の匂い
Oh, holy shit, man. Oh, God. Yeah, it's the smell of bloody rebirth you just had. Holy fuck, man. Okay, that was... Jesus fucking Christ. Like, oh god, it's so late. I wanted to watch all the episodes today. I went through one. Like and subscribe if you're still there. If anyone's still there. Anyway, take care of yourself. I will see you around. Bye.